Back here on SportsLine, Steve Layman here with you tonight, getting set for the St Jude Rock and Roll Music City Marathon coming up Saturday. That is the big marathon day. Of course, there's so many other events going on. You've got the Health and Fitness Expo at the Music City Center on Thursday and Friday. Opens up at noon on Thursday, 10 o'clock on Friday. Both days it goes to 7 o'clock. That, of course, is where if you're a runner, you can pick up your bib, all your race packet information. There's going to be great music. There's going to be a lot of vendors, all sorts of things to kind of kick off the weekend and get you excited about what's going to happen. Then Saturday, the marathon, half marathon, the 6.15 mile race, the 5K race. This is the huge race day, plus the party afterwards at Nissan Stadium. And our guest here tonight on the program, Brandt, Bernat, Operations Manager, Drew Wolff, Regional Director with the marathon. And Drew, I want to talk now a little bit about some of the Sunday activities. And one of them is, I think, one of the highlights of the weekend every year. It's bounced around a little bit from being a Thursday night race to, I think it's been on Friday at points in time, to Sunday and back and forth. But Sunday, 1 o'clock this year, final event of the weekend. It's about the kids. It's the Kids Rock race. How important is that to you guys in your mission to get them out there and make them a part of this weekend?
Yeah, Sunday fun day. That's the day. The kids event, Kids Rock, is something that, as you mentioned, so important to our mission. We're all about creating healthy lifestyles, giving folks an opportunity to show themselves that they're really the most powerful force in their own life. When you can share that with a child, it's something special. So we've been fortunate this year to partner with Tuscaloosa Elementary School. They've been working with their coach, Coach Chris, to run a mile a week. They're going to line up with us on Sunday. They'll run a mile with us. That'll complete their 26.2 mile journey, and they'll have run a marathon. And so for us to be a part of that is really exciting. And quite frankly, it's probably the favorite part of the weekend for us.
It's definitely special, no question about it. A couple other events on Sunday. I think it always gets overlooked, but for those sort of beginning runners or those people who want to be involved in the weekend but certainly haven't trained to do anything like 26.2 or 13.1 miles, the 1 mile race on Sunday afternoon, who are the people who should sign up for that and be involved in it? And can that be kind of a jump start for them in their running career in the same way it is for the kids?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the things that we really believe in is a distance for everyone. And so that mile is really an entryway for folks to just come out. It's not about how fast you run it. It's not about, having the latest and greatest fast pair of shoes that are just going to propel you to a PR. It's really about just getting out there, enjoying the community, challenging yourself. And a mile is a big challenge, and so that's just a fun part for us. We get some families out there. Oftentimes there's a partner that says, hey, I run, maybe you should come run with me, and they bring somebody from home. So it's a fun day for us.
And you mentioned that it truly is Sunday fun day.
Yeah. When
it goes to the marathon, it all actually kicks off, or maybe barks off, at noon with the doggy dash.
Sure.
That is something that I believe you've done once before.
Yeah.
And then obviously with COVID the last couple of years, it's been difficult. It's back though. How well received was it in 2019, and how much excitement is there to see the dogs back on the course this weekend?
So it's unique. You're not going to see a lot of pet runs around the country. Obviously, Nashville, it's a pet-loving city. In 2019, you mentioned it's something that we said, hey, let's, again, Sunday fun day, let's have some fun. Let's encourage more folks to come out and participate. So the response was a lot of excitement. We've got more excited folks coming out this Sunday. You'll see people dressing their pets up and just having a generally great time. So fun to bring that to the event as well.
Absolutely. Brandt, when it comes to setting up everything of the weekend, obviously the main experience is the actual marathon day and everything you do with that. But for those races on Sunday where it's all about fun, how do you encapsulate the feeling and the energy that we were talking about that is so unique of marathon day with these much smaller more unique kind of fun runs?
Yeah. So, we still bring out the big, we bring out larger inflatable structures for the start and finish lines. Still really build out that start and finish line experience. And then very similar to what we do on Saturday, we bring out a band stage and a DJ stage that are out there at Nissan. And so, they get those same exact feelings on Saturday of running to the music and enjoying the little, finished post-race party afterwards. Get to experience that all on Sunday as well.
Drew, you talked about the kids and the students at Tusculum who are a part of it specifically this year, and there's others that get involved, and I know it's moved around from school to school over the course of many years now because this has been such a key part of what this marathon brings to the city. What are the numbers like now on the kids race? How many kids are gonna be out there on Sunday running?
Yeah, we expect we'll see over 500 kids out running with us. Obviously, the pandemic affected a lot of kids at school and the physical education programs, and I think that's one of our missions here. And our Kids Rock program director, Nicole Geller, has really tried to reach out to schools and try to help them build back their programs. So we'll have over 500 kids running with us. A lot of those that we've provided scholarships to and said, come out and run. We want to eliminate all the barriers of entry here and just be a part of this. Again, a great opportunity for us to show, it all starts with yourself, challenge yourself, and really experience something incredible.
So many people were affected by the pandemic, especially students who a lot of times were in virtual learning, didn't leave the house very much, whether it be the social interaction or whether it be the physical interaction of being on a sports team and getting that type of exercise. But really it wasn't just the kids, it was adults too during that period of time. Over the last year or 6 months even, as we've, knock on wood, hopefully continued to move further and further away from those days, have you seen people be more interested, more intrigued about running as a hobby, as a sport, to get involved with this?
Absolutely. We have runners that have been with us, and we've got legacy runners that have run every year here in Nashville, which is incredible and a totally different story. And we have certainly runners that year over year travel to all of our different events. But I think what we've seen post-pandemic, if you will, is that we've seen a whole new group of runners that have never ever run with us before, that are probably what you experienced in your neighborhood is the same as mine. People were out walking and running because they needed to get out and find a way to live a healthy lifestyle, and so that's what we've experienced, is just a whole new crop of first-time runners, and that's exciting for us. We love to introduce the sport of running and participating and being part of a community, which is what our mission is. So good stuff.
Yeah, and the amazing thing always about running to me, Brandt, is as much as I joke that I don't like to do it, I can do it. I can get out there and run a mile. If you really twist my arm, I could probably do the 5K. You can start somewhere and you can do it, and that's true for just about everybody out there. How much do you find that when people do it, when they take that first step, the second and the third step come much easier after it?
Yeah, I mean, really, it is a sport that everybody can do and everybody enjoys, and it's, little steps of putting one foot in front of the other, really ends up, going a long way. And so, we see people, especially with our races, that will start at the 1 mile and then build up to the 5K and then the 6.15 and the half. And each one of those is a separate accomplishment that, everybody has their own story and history. And just being able to do that and go out and move is something special. And so it really, anybody is really a sport for anybody to do.
For either of you guys, I don't know who the best person on these numbers would be, but what are the overall numbers this weekend? I know hopefully there's some more people who will still sign up on Thursday and Friday to get out there, but what are you kind of projecting the numbers to be for total participation, the marathon, half marathon specifically, and where do they rank? As we come through the pandemic, or are you about even now to where you were in 2019 before we ever even heard of COVID-19? Are we a little bit below, or are we a little bit above? Where are we? Whoever best wants to answer.
Yeah, so we're registered over 20,000 right now for the weekend, and so we are, getting back to those pre-pandemic levels, if you will. We'll race about 12,000 or so in the half marathon, 2,000 to 3,000 in the marathon. About 5,000 in the 5K, 6.15 distances. But yeah, really getting back to those pre-pandemic levels. And again, I think it goes back, people, want to get it out. And during the pandemic, we're outside just, clearing their minds, getting a walk in, really, exercising. And so people are really excited to get out and running again.
And Drew, for those people who are maybe watching this at home and they're not necessarily thinking, I'm going to go out and run this weekend, but they're intrigued by all this and thinking, maybe I could do that, or maybe next year I could run. What would you tell them to take that first step?
Sure. I think if they saying, hey, this year isn't my year, but I'm intrigued by this, come out and volunteer. Get on our website, runrockandroll.com/Nashville. Go to the Nashville Sports Council's website. They're our partner in this event, helping to organize all the volunteers. We'll get you a front row seat. Support that runner. And when you support them, whether it's handing them a cup of water or putting a medal around their neck at the end of the race, I think you see the joy in that individual, and it just inspires you more to say, you know what, I'll give this a try. And to Brandt's point, we put a distance out there for everyone. You try the mile this year. Challenge yourself. We're there to support you. The community's here to support you. We'll help you be successful, and then I think that's just the first step in a long journey here.
There will be a lot of people out there to cheer you on this weekend if you choose to go out there, that's for sure. And quickly, before we go to break, he just brought up volunteers. And I know, Brandt, to put on the operations like you do, you cannot do it for a 20,000 person race without a whole bunch of volunteers. How many people go into pulling this stuff off, and if there's people out there who want to still help, how do they do it?
Yeah, so in total it's over 1,000 volunteers, and again, really thankful to the community here. Community loves just coming out and supporting the event. So like Drew mentioned, you can go to the Run Rock and Roll website, Nashville. There's a link to volunteer there. We do have a volunteer stand at MCC, Music City Center. If you're stopping by the expo and just checking things out and want to volunteer there, can speak to our volunteer director, Carly Ramsey there, or go also to the Nashville Sports Council website and find the link to volunteer there.
The entire scene is an inspiration, to borrow a word that Drew just said. But there are a few runners that are specifically inspirational, and we're going to spend our final few minutes when we come back talking about them. It is the St. Jude Rock and Roll Music City Marathon, after all. So we'll get to that when we come back here on SportsLine.